Welcome, everybody. This is Kingdoms Two Crowns. We are going to do a somewhat amateur guide of, I guess, the mounts and maybe the hermits later. We've kind of gotten obsessed with this game over the past week. We started playing it and just haven't been able to stop. So we've really enjoyed it. These are the mounts we're going to start with, which you start with just normal horses, nothing fancy. You can run.
That's about all you can do on these.
That's
They don't
yeah,
really have any kind of boosts or buffs.
they're horses. They're nice. It's winter, so it's really not the best thing to showcase them in, but that's okay.
They don't really do anything anyway. They get their stamina back from eating grass, but that's about it.
Yeah, nothing special. Their speed and stamina is okay. They're an okay mount. They're nothing fantastic.
We do have to tell you that there's going to be several spoilers, as you already can tell. There's a
Oh yeah.
season cycle. We weren't expecting it to be winter, but seasons do what seasons want to do. Oh, people are
Whoa,
throwing
look
money at
money!
me. Sorry. Just ignore
Alright,
that.
this is the deer, which I believe we got in the first or second island. Like it was pretty soon. I think the second island. I want to say. Which, if you exit and then go to, you can check out the islands that you've been to, and you can actually see everything that you can unlock at those islands. So it'll even tell you what mounts you can get.
Yeah, like the island that we're on right now, we got a unicorn from, which we'll show you that here in a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so the stag is the second island. Now, the stag is pretty great. He's got some good speed. Look at his leaps. They're so cute. He's adorable. He's got good speed, and his stamina is moderately good. Like, give it like a 6 out of 10. He eats grass to regain stamina.
As you can see there.
Just like that, yeah. He doesn't have any like special abilities if you hit the shift key like some of the mounts do. But what he can do for you is to get money is deer will fall in love with him. If you go and stare down a deer, they will fall in love with him and you can lead them back because they will follow him to your archers and your archer can kill them for the 3 coins that they're worth and then you can have a little extra money. It's good for beginning game kind of strats. Later on, not so much. You can find better mounts, but I like
He's
him.
definitely good for early game.
Like that. He's just majestic. Look at that. He's great.
And I've noticed you can have about up to 3 deer at a time, and it doesn't seem like the distance matters. They will follow you.
Yeah, they will follow you to their death. All right, this is the bear. We really didn't play around with the bear a whole lot. The bear is pretty speedy. Uh, he moderately. He has some pretty good stats. Like his isn't terrible. I'd probably give him like a 6 out of 10 too. He's on the third island. He's near a little beehive you'll see on a tree, I believe, if I remember correctly. I think he's 2 gems. These all cost some form of gems and then some amount of money. And it depends on, the amount, what kind of money. The bear grazes for stamina, but he doesn't really have a special attack. Oh, so cute, though.
He just has really good stamina. He can run for miles.
He can run pretty far.
And he seems like he's faster than the horse.
He is a little bit speedier than the horse.
You can buy villagers from these huts. This used to be a homeless camp. It just used to be a couple of tents, but once you develop the land around it, it kind of decays and gets abandoned, and you have to upgrade it or else you can't recruit people anymore.
Which the plus side is you can hold 3 people to recruit. The downside is it costs 5 coins to recruit them, which is much more expensive than the 1 coin that you get. So kind of pace yourself on your camps because you don't want to, especially early game, because you're really tight on money in the early game.
A lot of people will tell you to kind of try to speed run, but honestly, you're just going to hurt yourself if you speed run because you're going to lose out on a lot of resources you could have otherwise gotten.
Well, which we didn't speedrun or we actually took our time and just enjoyed the game and figured out how stuff worked. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite nice though. Like I have no complaints about any of it.
Okay, so the next mount you actually get on the first island is actually Mast's favorite mount.
I do. My favorite. This is the Griffin. He will just randomly like slam down in front of you in like a forested area.
Give you a heart attack.
Yes, it will. He's gorgeous. I love him. He can run for days. Like you don't have to worry about stamina with this man. He eats rats. That's how he regains his stamina. And he can find rats anywhere. Doesn't matter. It's not like grass because grass, it's certain spots where you have to like look specifically for the grass to grow. With the griffin, doesn't matter. There's rats everywhere in this place apparently. So he is absolutely lovely, and he does a very lovely attack. If you hit shift, he will do his little flap his wings, which will push back the enemy and stun them. So it's really really nice.
We can't
If you're
really
trying to
show
protect the
you.
wall, yeah, we've beaten the game. Sorry guys.
Sorry.
Um, he's just real nice though.
Okay, and
I
then
love
there's
him.
the armored horse, which is what I'm on. Now, all of these mounts cost gems to unlock, by the way, and then you have to pay coins on top of that to actually
Yes,
ride them, unless you have the stables, which is what we've got, where everything is a base 3 coins to change. Guess we should have started with that.
it's
But the
okay.
stables, you need one of the hermits to get, and she's from the second island, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, because we
And
had
with
stables too.
the armored horse, it's not very fast. You can
The
tell it's
griffin is
easily
way
outpaced by the
faster.
griffin. And it doesn't have like a lot of stamina either. And then if you hit shift without moving, you give a little buff to everybody, which makes them just kind of work a little bit faster. Archers will shoot a little faster. Farmers will work a little faster. Now these aren't working because it's winter and they take a break in wintertime. But other than that, the armored horse really is not the best man. I would give him like
I
maybe a
mean,
5 out
unless
of 10.
yeah, unless you want the buff for, I guess, for battle, he's pretty good if you have a lot of people. But I don't really care much for him. I mean, he's not my favorite.
I used him for a little while until I got my normal mount, but I wouldn't go back to him. Like, if I had to choose
Yeah,
what to unlock next time we played, I don't think I'd waste gems on him first thing.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't either. Let's see. She's got the unicorn. You can tell me about the unicorn.
Unicorn doesn't really do much. We didn't play around with it a whole lot, but from what we saw and what we read, because we did do a little bit of research on the game,
Yeah.
it grazes, and when it does, it has a chance to yield 3 coins, so it's a good way to kind of get money if you're having trouble. But again, you have to find certain spots to graze in because you can't graze everywhere. The stamina's okay. It's not really the fastest horse. It's something else that, unless you're really hurting for money, I wouldn't spend the gems on it either.
Yeah, it's not like honestly, the ones that I probably would spend money on are one that we haven't talked about yet. Um, not the unicorn, the deer and the griffin, and I think the last one that we have, and that's about it. This one that I'm on, I just call it a workhorse. It's really cute. It's not very speedy. I think the unicorn's faster than it.
Yeah, the unicorn's a little bit faster. Not
I
much.
mean, he really, I don't know what perks or anything this horse gives. I know of none, but you had to pay gems for him. Um, I don't, did you notice anything? You rode
I
him for a while.
I used him for a little bit until we got the armored horse. I didn't really notice anything. He's not stronger. He doesn't take more hits from the enemies because they'll still hit you and they'll still hurt you. He doesn't really. He's not another one that's not worth it in my opinion. This tree here is where we got this unicorn from. He was just kind of,
Yeah,
you pay the gems and he comes out and he starts grazing around. It's really pretty in the spring. In the
it
summer,
is.
or in the
Yeah.
winter, not so much. But
And we are on Island 5, I believe. It's the last island. So,
yeah, this is the final island. So spoilers. Now, this mount is my personal favorite and the one I've used the longest. You get him the
yeah.
same island that you get the bear on. And you
I,
actually hatch him out of an egg.
it was really cute.
It was really cute. My favorite thing about him, his stamina is not great, but he does a little fire attack, which is amazing for saving yourself from the little greed, which is the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
The basic ones, it'll kill them before they can make it to you. And it does like a lasting burn. So it will eventually kill even the most upgraded enemy as far as the
Yeah.
squads go.
Well, and I mean, it's really good though for the, I don't know what they're called, the frog ones that leap at you and try to attack you. The fire is really good for that too.
Yeah. Because
They're
if they
very
hit you, they pretty much
flammable.
immediately knock your crowns off. Most of the other ones will hit you until they've emptied your coin bag, which you can see up there in the top right of the screen. When that goes empty and you get hit with an enemy, they'll knock your crown off. And if both of us were to lose our crown, we would lose the game, which we lost once before. We've only played through twice. This is our second run through. The lizard is definitely my favorite. The stamina, if you look, he's got an okay speed. He's definitely not as fast as a griffin, but the stamina could be better, but considering the pros that go with it, I think it's worth it. He can shoot through the walls, and the gust attack goes through the walls as well. See, he just ran out of stamina. Now we're praising the sun gods to get our stamina back. You don't have to eat grass or anything. As long as it's the daytime, you can get your stamina back. So that's one good thing about it.
It does make it a little harder at night because that is when the enemies come at you, is usually at night or if you destroy a portal. So it's a little bit more difficult with him then, but it's not terrible. Like, it's definitely worth it, especially paired with the Griffin, because she can set them on fire and I can push them back, and that gives us or our people time to get out of dodge, so to speak.
One thing you gotta watch out for when you're using the salamander, though, or the drake as it's called, if you do the fire attack, your people cannot run through it. They will just stand there.
But it's also an attack if you want to keep them away from something. That's also, we used it that way too.
Yeah, I had to use it with our archers because they really like going up to the portals, and if you get too close to it, it angers it and it sends little greeds out at you. So if you throw a little fireball their way, they tend to not go past it, so you don't have to worry about them angering the portals. Now, we don't have any portals to show you, so that's the thing you'll have to see for yourself and figure out the best way to take care of those.
These are just our two favorite mounts that we liked, but I think we really liked just having them. God, stop throwing money at me. We just liked having them because they work so well together, and this is a team player kind of game. So
True. If you don't have someone to play with, it's going to be a lot harder. I think the reason we were able to beat it so easily, I want to say, it wasn't easy.
it was
But
not
I'll
easy.
say easy because of where we binge played it basically for a week straight. The reason it was so easy is just because once we got the salamander and the griffin and figured out what a good combination they were, it just made it so much better for our game style.
It did, yeah. Now I think if I was gonna, Jesus,
Oh
stop
my
that!
gosh.
Oh my God, there's so much money. Oh no!
We like to spend a little money to get rid of it. You're gonna have to spend money to make money.
Oh, there's no stop to it.
And typically in winter, you won't have this easy of a time making the money because your farmers don't work in winter unless you have these berry bushes. And then they'll come harvest those.
We've finished the game. We've done everything. So, oh my gosh, gotta stop it.
Where we're so far upgraded, we don't really have to worry about money. Everybody's still got money left on them too from where we've left and gone to other islands.
That is true. That's pretty much all we have in the mounts, though.
If you have a different favorite, or if you've got a combination that works better for you, we'd love to hear it down in the comments.
Yeah, because I would like to know what other people like. Because it's got to be something different, right?
Well, of course, everybody has their own opinions, and this is just our opinion. There's going to be people that have other favorites. Maybe your favorite is the starting horse. Maybe your favorite's the bear. That's cool. It's not our favorite, but it's absolutely cool that it's your favorite.
Heck yeah.
And we're going to end it there. We will probably do a hermit video later, depending on how people do. And once we kind of figure out more about the hermits ourselves, because we've played with them a little, but not a whole lot, because we didn't really get ours until late game.
That's true, all of them anyway. And we'll probably do like a tips maybe, or like things you should know, or things we wish we would have known.
Things we wish we would have known, for sure. For sure. And with that, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or if you have any ideas, leave it also in the comments. We would love to read some comments.
Heck yeah.
And we will do our best to reply to them. I mean, right now it's going to be easy, so feel free. And we will see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.